Hey, it's a Scotch Test Dummies. If you tuned in to our live stream of just me and Bart talking about...
A couple weeks ago.
What was it? What did we even taste? Whistle Pig.
Whistle Pig, the Boss Hog.
Dan E. talked me into opening my Laphroaig lore, and we're going to test it.
He did. We're going to test it!
All right. I'm Scott.
Bart here.
Scotch Test Dummies. Hopefully you know that by now.
Maybe,
hopefully you know.
Maybe you're brand new.
You should know we're the Scotch Test Dummies. You might not know I'm Scott. He's Bart.
Right, that's true. You just be like the tall dummy. That's what they used to say. Tall dummy on the side there.
Or the one on the left.
Right.
Yeah, the one on the right.
So our Scotch God shout out. I'm going to be a little bit less rambly on this one, although dig the hat and the Tron Star Wars mashup.
We'll spend some time talking about that at the end.
True. At the end, we'll go back.
Are we going to be short?
We're going to be tight. Not short, but tight.
Like a drum?
Like a drum. You read my mind there. You were in my head. That reference our, that was our grain blend shootout where you can go watch that show to find out like a drum.
Yes. Anyway, Scotch God shout out. On our port, or Menage a Portois.
Ooh, the Menage a Portois. What did we review there? 3 what?
3 port finished whiskeys. We had
Scotches.
Balvenie 21 Portwood.
Right.
Tomatin 14 Port. And the Aaron NAS.
Wonderful
port
show.
cast finish.
Menage a Portois.
Jaron Bispala comments.
Good name.
Tomatin Legacy, which was to register for our Tomatin Legacy giveaway.
We had a giveaway. It's over.
Okay, with the entry out of the way, my buddy just had the 5-0 birthday and got a few gifts of whiskey, including a little Laphroaig quarter cask. He mentioned that he's a little lost when it comes to tasting Scotch. Pointed him straight to the Dummies.
Love the point.
After he watches a few shows, you'll have him squared away.
Yeah, squared up, baby.
Keep it up, guys.
Wow, did he say his friend's name?
No.
He just said friend 5-0.
Yep.
That should be his tagline right there, 5-0 friend.
Okay. That was
Sounds like a cop.
Jaron Bispala. Thank you for the comment, Jaron. We appreciate it. And we appreciate people pointing others our way.
Point, nudge, and shove, baby. That's what I call point, nudge, shove. I've got brand new Cast 2 coin 253. Way high up in the number. We had a lot of people pre-order. Not that we've run all the way through 253.
252. Yeah, we're going to work with the, real quick, not to diverge too much, we're going to work with the, we let people, cask 1 was serial numbered to 250. So if you've got a cask 1 and you want to pre-order your cask 2 with the same number, you can go onto the website and do that.
Right, which is why you're kind of holding back some of those numbers.
We held back. We'll start with 251, and there's 350 coins in this run, so we ordered a little bit.
Now that won't be open forever though. They're going to have to, if they want to pre-order.
Probably another, about the time this airs, or maybe another week.
Sounds good. Yeah, maybe one more week you can go in and pre-order if you want a matching set. We've even had a couple of people say, I don't want a matching set, I want a lower number. So,
yeah,
more power to you.
Yep. All right, Laphroaig Lore, bottled, 48% ABV. I like it.
Oh, 48%.
48.
Woo. Love it. Now, this needs to be put out. You know I'm a Laphroaig fanatic. Love the Laphroaig. Had another peat head. Someone that loves the peat tell me the lore was a letdown and not worth the money. What did that do to my enthusiasm?
Killed it.
Yeah, like dead, right in the water. And I was like, because I was going to get it just because it's Laphroaig. And that one cooled me a little bit. Now you picked it up, which is amazing. It sat on your shelf for a while too, correct?
Yeah.
And then, thanks to Danny and the open bottle challenge.
I knew it would be opened at some point. So.
By the way, I've got a little bit of congestion.
I can tell.
Sorry about the sniffing. Yeah. So you opened it, and then live on the show, what was it, March. The May 22nd show? Is that the date?
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
yes.
The date of that
show.
Yeah, I know.
May 21st.
Now I've done it to you. May 21st show. And you had it, and you were like, oh my, disregard that comment.
Yeah.
So I can't wait for this. I'm a little concerned because of I still got a sniffer.
Actually, you don't usually do that. You usually don't let other people influence you in your decisions, but you had with this one.
Yeah,
it's come up a couple times, you're like, oh, so-and-so said it's not any good.
The Laphroaig 15 let me down just a bit.
Aye.
I mean, it wasn't bad. It just let me down a little bit. Maybe it was the fact that they're both in green barrels. Just saying. Maybe that's what it is. So,
Well, and
what's
this
some of
is,
the
I'm trying to
marketing?
think, what does establish this? And all they've got on the bottle, maybe there's more on the sleeve.
Yeah.
This is just liquid drawn from a selection of aged casks.
Okay.
Has crafted a rich and deep malt with distinctive smoke, peat, and seaside minerality.
Yeah, you would think I would love that. So, I don't know why. I think I was in a buying frenzy of rye at the time, too.
Oh.
So, at the time, I'm grabbing ryes left and right, and I thought, you know what? Let me buy this other rye. I think we were getting ready for the 16-bottle shootout, and so it was pretty easy to divert some of my cash to that rather than the lore. We'll get into, is it worth it, how much it costs later. So, wow. Great nose. I get that beautiful seashore brine. It's like I can hear the seagulls.
Now it does say, over the years, since 1815, each Laphroaig distillery manager has been the custodian of the craft to make one of the richest single malts in the world. Over the years, each have passed on their skills and traditions to the next generation to continue this legacy. To honor this passing of knowledge, our distillery manager, John Campbell, has created Laphroaig Lore, the richest ever Laphroaig.
Wow.
It's one of the world's richest, rich and deep with distinctive smoke, peat.
Deep.
Yep. It's unmistakably Laphroaig. This is a result of liquid being drawn from a selection of aged casks,
Right.
including first fill sherry casks, smaller quarter casks, and our most precious stock.
Wow. So the quarter cask, sherry cask.
And most precious stock.
Well, that was the other thing. What was the other sherry Laphroaig? It's up there. I can't.
Three Wood
The
is
Carchus. The Carchus, right? Was the Carchus sherry done?
It's Pedro Jimenez, I
right.
think.
Okay. And see, that one kind of hit me middle of the road too.
Yeah.
So I think the lore, I was a little bit like, ooh. But this nose is delicious.
It's got a great, rich, deep nose of peat, earth.
Right.
I think a tad bit of that sherry sweetness is coming out. And I told you last night, this is very reminiscent of Dark Cove.
So I get a salted fish. Definitely brine. Sweetness underlay. Like a candy. Vanilla candy.
Yeah, the seaside, sea salt, a little bit.
A slurp there. That offended some people that don't like the slurp sound. Wow. All right, start with middle palate, smoke hanging in there, real nice. Right, comes in not at the very first, but a few seconds after, lingering into the finish. It's like a wow. It's like a beautiful roasting. Can't quite get it.
Peat.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, the peat's all in there, but I feel like it's a roasting meat. Wow.
Ham.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. Almost like a pig on a spit.
Yep.
But I wasn't sure. I was like, pig on a spit. But yeah, it's this beautiful roasting flavor. Maybe a little bit of roasted nut.
There's a rich sweetness. I don't necessarily say I'd get any sherry notes, but a nice darker sweetness, fruit, earthiness,
Right.
peat.
On the forefront, when I first tried, I get that earthy, that warm, dark earth flavor. I get, then as it moves into that smoked peat is where I get a little bit of the antiseptic, the Band-Aid in a positive way.
Let's cover what we didn't say real quick. 'Cause again, we do not have notes on this. We had not. Well, I opened it literally last night.
Right, and this is my first time trying it, so this is my first taste. And you're right, this is pleasing. It doesn't say the age on it at all,
No,
right?
no.
So it's an NAS.
It says an aged selection, aged casks, which could be 8 years is aged.
Right. Yeah,
18.
that's one of those catch-all.
Yeah.
It's like there's liquid in this bottle. Okay.
Been aged.
And it's aged liquid. Okay. Maybe a bit of nutmeg.
A cinnamon spice.
And they're right, the maltiness is definitely curled up in there.
Immediately I told you, and I know who it was that didn't care for this, I told you they were wrong. What do you think?
Yeah, I like it. I'm telling you, and you'll slap me for this, but I want to do some kind of Laphroaig verses with this because I want to see how it compares with.
Well, let's do it. We still have to do.
strength.
Well, we have to do the Dark Cove though. We're going
That's
to
true.
to the committee release. We can do another one with Lord. So I think this is pretty. It reminds me of the Dark Cove with the sherry finish.
Okay, all right. So you're even saying put it up against the Dark Cove.
Maybe the standard because this is 48%,
Right.
and I know the committee release
Okay.
is 54% or
All right.
55, a little
Well,
higher. But the regular release Dark Cove is 48.
See,
I believe.
I'm going to try a little bit of this up against the regular cast strength Laphroaig, which is 50% ABV. You
This
don't
is
think
much.
it's
This
anywhere close?
this is much richer.
Well, see, that's where
much
I'd want to compare
deeper.
and contrast, though. Maybe we do a whole bevy of that. A bevy.
The sherry finish in this, I believe, would definitely stand this. You would see it next to the Laphroaig quarter cask is good.
Well,
but
the
it's
quarter
peat.
cask is different. Yeah, quarter cask is a lot woodier. I'm talking about
Woody
the
and-
cast
and
strength
peat.
10. Just
Peated-
because
okay,
they're
not
both
the
near the
quarter cask,
same
but the cast strength
ABV.
10,
Yeah,
but-
they're near the same ABV.
Yeah, I don't think. I think you would see the darkness, the richness, and the depth of this.
I get a little bit of tobacco in the finish now.
Okay, yeah.
Tobacco's lingering 15, 20 seconds after the sip. Warm, sweet pipe tobacco, which is one of my favorite finishes. I love it. Love, love, love that tobacco pipe tobacco smell. Yeah, I enjoy this. I want to do a lot more with this. I think I saw your score. I'm not sure, but I wanted to say 92. You have 93. I'm saying 92.
Yeah.
It is delicious. Wow, that's a high score for you.
I was very surprised. Maybe that's why I hadn't opened it yet either, based on some other comments. But I knew online also. There's a lot of people online who really like the lore. I've heard good comments online about it. So now, is it worth it? $110, $120.
Gosh, for an NAS,
Yes.
that's the problem.
As soon as I opened it and tasted it, I thought I'm going back and getting another bottle to back this
It
one
is
up.
worth it because I can't just say for an NAS because there's several other NASs that I've paid that much for. I mean, let's just look at
Look at the Dark Cove.
the Dark Cove, look at the Brooklady, Black Arts. I mean, I'm paying a lot for things that I don't know the age on.
Mm-hmm.
Although Black Arts, I think they say it's like 23 or
Yeah.
something, don't they?
Yeah, they do have a.
Yeah, they do have an age. They just, yeah. But you're right. I guess Dark Cove is perfect
Yeah.
because, you know, I don't know the age of that, but yeah, this is extremely well done. Obviously with the 92, and I definitely want to do some verses with this up against Dark Cove or its own other Laphroaig line. We need to play around with this one a little bit because I'm gonna get a bottle of my own. You got this at Auburn?
Yes.
All right, I am gonna have to pick this up. So,
So let's move on. We're at 15 minutes, and we were going to try to make this one a little shorter. Well, minus your
Time
nose,
flies.
minus your nose blowing.
yeah, I had to clear. Sorry, we had a pause.
we had a few episodes that have gone over 30 minutes. There was some talking going on and whiskey
Well,
reviewing.
Yeah, I would say the reason those went long is we were doing either 2 bottles or 3.
Yeah.
And we were doing blind. When there's a blind shootout, we spend more time because we're really trying to puzzle out what's what.
Yeah.
I think those run long.
So I was editing the Doers, Chivas, Johnny Walker Black video,
Yeah.
and it was 34 minutes long again.
And he killed one of my darlings.
I killed 10 minutes. I cut 10 minutes out of that. It was
And-
34 minutes long. I cut it down to 24 just to make it more palatable for a lot of our viewers. We've had some comments come in about how, I used it. For some, I said for some of our
Here's the
viewers.
funny part, though. One of the cuts, we come back and go, boom, I've just bared my soul.
Yeah.
And then we're on, and they're like, what did he say? What
Yeah.
did he say?
That was the first 6.5 minutes I cut out.
I love it, because
That
even
was
I
just
was like, I don't
rambling.
remember what I said there.
So
What did I bear?
what we are, and Art Morte was one that commented and said, I want to know what was cut. What's on the cutting room floor?
Right. He basically said, I want the STDs, the Scotch Test Dummies, unchill filtered and cast strength.
Well, he says me and many viewers don't just tune in just for the whiskey. We tune in for your guys' banter and
That
your
is true.
back and
He
forth.
actually said the whiskey's secondary. It didn't start off that
Yeah.
way.
No.
But now he's interested in what in the world we're going to say.
But we are working on a website redesign.
True.
And on the new website, what we will do is we'll take that video then unedited and post it on our website. Just so you'll have to go to the website and pull it up. It won't be...
So for clarification, the regular show, and not all of these, we don't always bloviate so much. So
No.
some of them, they're just going to be
We-
on there. Okay. Me, don't always bloviate so much. So a lot of times the show's just going to be the show just as normal. What we wanted to do, especially if he's editing and he decides, you know what, I'm chopping 10 minutes out of this. Yeah, we're going to have the regular show up, Patreon, all that kind of stuff. But on the website, once we get it redesigned, there'll be an unchill filtered cast strength version. So if you're like, I need to know what Brun Sheen, what Bart Baird
You've got,
of his
You know,
soul.
you watched the 20-minute review. You've got another 35 minutes on your hand now to go watch the unedited one. You'll be able to go to the website and pull it up and watch it.
If you see, for a while there, we were like, who's going to do that? But as we found out, some people are going to be like, I got to know. I have got to know.
Now
I've got to go to
now I'm
the
going to
unchill
move
filter.
you on because you're
Moving
bloviating.
on. I'm bloviating again. So we're going to do our traveling dummies segment.
Yes.
People are taking pictures, mostly of the coins, sometimes of the shirt, and they're sending them to us. Either email at scotchtestdummies.com. You can go to the website. You can contact us there. Twitter.
ScotchTestDummies@gmail.com is another email address. Twitter, Instagram.
Right. And a little bit of even Facebook, although I run that horribly. So, and pictures are coming in.
We're not going to get into that.
Right. That's why I moved on.
Aqua Vitae on Twitter sent us a picture. His coin was traveling, and he's in Scotland.
He is.
So it's not as far of a trip.
Well, since
there.
he's right there. He could just be
But,
walking down
and
the street in
we'll insert
Glasgow
the
and be
picture.
like, boom.
Yeah, and here's a Scottish
Show it,
bagpiper.
are you showing it now?
We'll put it in there.
It's
yes.
right there. It's in there now. Look at this fella.
And this guy.
Love this guy.
This is when I think of Scottish bagpiper.
Yes.
And also an axe slayer.
Ooh, like he's just ready to go with Braveheart.
Yes.
Is what you're saying. First of all, the stash
That's what
is
this guy
impressive.
looks like.
The stash is impressive.
That is a stash.
And he's got those, I've run into a couple Scotsmen. One of them was a piper. His hands were big and strong. I don't know what's going on.
No.
Go ahead, the plume. You're going to
What
reference
is
the
that?
plume.
Is that
I believe it's
off of the hat?
Yeah, I think it's. I don't know. See, we're going to. I want to know.
I don't know what it
because
is.
it's cool. Everything has a meaning. You know what else I want? I want to live in that chateau in the background there. Look at it. It's gorgeous. Where is that? We need more information on the locale. And is he carrying a sword on his right hip? Part of that sash, or is that part of the bagpipe? I don't know. You can see the pipes on the left there. All right, Scott's looking at me as you're looking at the photo and saying, move on.
Yep,
move
time
on.
to go.
So that's our traveling dummies. Love it. Love, love, love it. We are back. That was cool. So, we've done Is It Worth It? Yes. We've scored them, 92 and a 93 respectively. Yes. Anything else you want to add before I scotch it?
Do it.
Scotch it, you Scotch gods.
Cilantro.
Dummies.